So it's no question at all that hip-hop is a very competitive sport, or well, it used to be. And the history of competitiveness in the lens of South African hip-hop dates back to even Cap City versus Johannesburg competition, the battling nature of places like Le Club, and the legendary pro battle at the Rand Show. But one rapper took the spirit of competitiveness too seriously. One man was ready to kill and destroy anything in front of him. Man was ready to take over the country with just the skill of rap.
Yeah, ne. Sekunjalo. Okay, mina ngu-Prokid nesikhalo. Ehlekazini sibali ngiyazi uyavaya, and ever since you been living won't be higher. Mara yazini mina ngifuna ukuthi yakat better raps noma bangaqhuza ntwanami ngithi fede next. Uyazi kusasa nawe ungavuka sonke siyafuna vele ukuthi ikasi lizonyuka. Mara yazini for no ngihlanganisa i-track ngenze show ukuthi ngipush ikasi ngiphakamisa i-flag abangaqwali yenze ngivala second. Uyazi ukuthi angina next mala ma lyrics are my weapon, so hey, I'm not the type of rapper you should step on. Ngoba uyazi ukuthi ngizokudonsa njenge Gonori, Ashla Malathi Fedi, Sessia no, Machapeke showcase senyusa nale flow. Marayazin, ungawari nge unity. Wonke umuntu uyaphuma yathola ikhona opportunity. Kusasa uzodola, kusasa bazokubhayizisa mara kusasa uzokhona. Ngapha bayazitshela ukuthi Fedi bayakhosta kanti abazi ukuthi vele bakufekela umoya ibhoza. Noma bangathini, ngiyazi ukuthi ungabashukumisa ngesivinini. Fedi no yazini, ngeze ngathi awazi PRO.
So Prokid was born in Soweto, and as a teenager, this brother would actually take part in cyphers and, battles to showcase his skill. And in 2004, he went on to win an MC battle competition hosted by Tibo Touch on YFM. And this was actually the beginning point of people who didn't know what kind of beast Pro was. He was ready to rap his way into anything, and he was coming. And after his independent first release, Soweto, the song gained popularity and Gallo snatched him. That's the story of back in the day. You couldn't escape the Gallo deal.
We come from an era where I think we were the protesters. Like we were knocking in doors as far as hip-hop is concerned. And then for us to find out that hip-hop is where it is today is because we knocked on doors. So the current ones will still do the same. Like, keep knocking on those doors until you go international or something,
Yeah.
Type thing. So, hey man, it's basically like humility is everything. Not forgetting where you're from is everything. And I'm telling your story on whatever type of beat. You can tell your story through an instrument. Rahul did it. They just blew the instrument,
Yeah.
And they told the story properly. So it's just a matter of us endorsing who we are in whatever phase or era that music is in.
Okay.
So let's look at this man's skill of rap. A lot of people might say it's Kasi rap. Some people say it's Motswako since it's a mixture of vernacular and English. But rhyming for this guy was not language based. It was more his delivery to what he was actually saying. So he says, for me, rhyming goes beyond choosing a language I feel comfortable with. There are things you can lose when using vernacular, yet there are things that sound right when using an African language. So he believes an artist's persona also contributes to how they actually rap. And I mean, Pro's persona is being the best rapper alive. He branded himself as that number one Soweto boy. And you're more than welcome to disagree with him. You're more than welcome to say, hey man, I don't agree with you being the best rapper right now, but beware of what comes with that, With this guy, there's no technical, strategic, mastermind writing process with Prokid. It's just, he spits his reality. He spits our reality. He finds a way to actually connect with the townships, connect with people that he grew up with, you know what I'm saying? So hence, that's why he speaks of the persona. The persona is actually the most important thing when it comes to your rap skill.
Prokid.
Thank you for Kwesta. He kind of made you believe that you could rap just about this. Like, it was always enough. Like, he kind of made me believe what we have is enough and we could talk about this. We don't have to fake this, that, and the third or fake that. He was just so real about what was happening around him and the way and the skill in which he did it and the yo, the greatest of all time without a doubt, in my opinion. You know, never be another. A representation of the hood. You know,
the use of language.
Everything that I wanted to be in a rapper.
So in 2007, Prokid traveled to the Netherlands to record with that country's loved group, Triple and Touch. And this was an experience that he cherished because he got to perform at various clubs around Amsterdam and got to share the stage with the likes of P. Diddy.
Who can come after that? Because he doesn't know one day maybe a Prokid verse could come on there and embarrass him. You know what I mean? That's the attitude that we came into the game with. You never know. Sometimes you're on a posse track, a DJ asks you to do a verse, and all of a sudden there are these big rappers. Now you're on a song with Prokid, and Prokid is murdering you. So you need to be prepared. Each and every single performance you give on that mic needs to be like it's your last.
So Pro was recognized for his lyrical skill, rhyming style, and contribution to South African music. His nature of competitiveness was out of this world. It didn't matter if we were friends or not, you know, but if it was about hip hop, then it's about hip hop. You know, just like how he completely obliterated Proverb, but he still respects Proverb. They're still friends. But if we have to step in the ring and prove who is the better pro or who's the original pro, then I'm gonna show you who's the original pro. And it's with a lot of other battles. The battle with K.O. It's just a lot with Prokid. When Prokid was challenged, okay, you about to rap, he raps. There was never a time when Prokid was asked to rap and he didn't rap. When he left his label to go to TS Records, and then he had that famous interview where he was with Andile Ngube, I think, and he was freestyling how he left his old label to go to TS Records and what is coming next. That is a challenge that was given to him and he took it, and that is what a competitive MC actually has to do. That is what a competitive MC is. And I just think this has to be the most competitive rapper we've ever had in South Africa, because he would never allow anyone to be called the best, because he is that number one Soweto boy, bro. He'd never allowed to hear, oh, this guy's the best. Nah, if he's the best, let him come rap me, and then I'll show him that I'm the best. So for me, Prokid, he had that. He took competitiveness to a different level. He mastered the art of war too when it came to rap. And he is the most skillful South African rapper we've ever had in the history of African rap.
I mean, Prokid, man. Like Prokid, I remember one time we did a tour together and we were touring together. We are rolling together. It's not like he's in another cabin. We're rolling together, right? Yeah. So we're doing this gig in Kwamashu, I think, or Khayelitsha, or I think it was in the Eastern Cape. Yeah. And after he gets off stage, I went to him and like, yo, Pro, I got $50 in my pocket. Please, can I give it to you? He's like, why? He's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people always make as a bad thing, you know, but now, the way and he didn't take it. I was like, dog, even if you take it from my hand and give it to that guy over there, I don't mind. Just take it. Because like, I want you to know that I really like you, man. And he was like, man, and I'm like, yo, this guy will never understand like how much of a fan I am of his.